Okay. Hi, Dave.
Uh, all right, how you doing? So, Sweet Classifieds is a tool that is designed predominantly to drive leads and website traffic to your dealer site. The first major component of how we do that is using Craigslist. Craigslist is a local website. It's, I think, the 13th most visited website in the country. It is local, it is classifieds, and there are literally tens of thousands of shoppers going there every day to look for just about everything, including cars. So several years ago, it was a free marketplace, so it didn't cost anything to post your vehicles there. As you can imagine, it was kind of a mess. It was really spammy. There was, every small independent lot with 6 or 8 cars would just post every hour on the hour. And so three and a half years ago, Craigslist made a change, and they changed it so that it now costs $5 per post. So the good news about that is this. A ton of dealers just stopped posting altogether because of the $5 cost, and nobody is just spamming inventory up because it would be too expensive. Even more importantly, so even though there's less people posting there, exactly the same number of people are shopping there. So same amount of customers, just less people competing with you. But the one thing that we have learned about Craigslist is that it functions entirely on visibility. And here's what I mean by that. You could have the very best vehicles, the very best prices, amazing ads, great photographs, best in your area at all of those things. But if people aren't seeing your ad, they aren't calling you. So we want to make sure that we tackle the number one issue of Craigslist, which is visibility. And we do that really in 2 ways. Number one, the default view, if you're on Craigslist, is newest. So if you go to the cars and trucks for sale by dealer section on Craigslist, you'll see that the first thing you see here is this newest from a drop down. In order to make sure that we get inventory in front of the shoppers that are just kind of browsing, we post every single day. So it might just be one piece of inventory, it might be 5, but every single day we want to post something on this site so that we get front page inventory. You get a chance to get your brand exposure, you get a chance to get them to click, and you get a chance to get them to call. The second way people find vehicles on Craigslist is the search function. So if they go in here and we got a Dodge Grand Caravan. So if we go in here and we search for Dodge Grand Caravan, that newest is going to immediately change to relevant. So it's no longer looking chronologically at when these vehicles were posted. It's looking instead at the content of the ad to determine which ones should come up in the first place spots. As you can see, there's our Grand Caravan. There's another Grand Caravan for that store, both in the top row. And we are then getting eyes on inventory. We're now building that visibility for you. So when you buy a $5 post on Craigslist, you purchased a post for 30 days. And 2 weeks later, you're not going to be anywhere near the front page on newest, but you should still be popping up way up top if anybody is searching for that type of vehicle. Brand, make, model, body type, if they're searching for a truck, whatever it might be, we should be able to get the eyes on your vehicles. Second thing is, we don't believe that Craigslist is just a lead driver. We think absolutely that's one of the number one things that Craigslist can do, and we realize that is its strongest value. But we think it can do additional things as well. Number one is we think that it can drive brand and drive branding impressions. And number two is we think that it can drive meaningful, measurable website traffic to your dealer's site, report on it with Google Analytics, the whole bit. So the leads, 3 ways to get them. Number one, the reply button. You'll notice that all of these are fully activated links. They can click through, send an email to the dealer, which will go into their CRM and to whoever's handling them, so that you're able to get email leads. It's the smallest portion of our leads, but nonetheless, there are people that like doing things via email, so we want to make sure that that's open. The second way is phone and text leads. So we're going to create a local area code tracking number for each market that you're posting in. That number is going to forward into the sales line. There's no hiccups there. It's going to go straight into the sales line. The texting will interact with either contact at once, if you're already using them as a chat company, or we can set you up with a platform called TrackTel that we've worked to help develop. That is more of a kind of a cell phone to cell phone tool. Either way, this is very much a situation where you're managing a text conversation as opposed to just two folks sitting and talking to each other on their cell phones. Everything is documented, everything is saved in the CRM and in our dashboard. You can go back and read these exchanges later, all of it. So, phone leads, text leads, email leads. How are we going to accomplish branding? It's this image wrap that you see. So you see the Ziegler Downers Grove logo, the caller text, and that's inserted at the top of each vehicle photo. We can do more, we can do less. Part of it just depends on what you're looking for. But a lot of my clients have warranty information on there, or they'll have special finance information on that image wrap. We have an in-house design team. They create these custom for the client, and it's going to be your message. This way, if somebody is searching or browsing and they see your ad, they've gotten a brand impression regardless of whether they click on the ad. It's not required that they click to get your brand in front of them. So we've got leads, we've got branding. All of this is automated, so we're going to be set up to pull the dealership's inventory every single day. So every day we know if you have new vehicles. Every day we know if you changed a price. I mean, if you post this vehicle today at $12,391 and drop it to $11,999 on Monday, we're going to know. We're going to automatically update the post. It's completely hands-free for the dealer. And we're going to do your basic description, kind of all the hot button points of the vehicle. We'll do a much more in-depth vehicle description and options list here. And then we're usually going to have a kind of a why buy from us and paragraph style description of the car. And we can do those one of two ways. If it's already in a dealer's feed, if they're writing these, that's great. We'll just use them. If they're not, we have a proprietary program called Smart Comments. It will write these paragraphs for each vehicle and post them in the ads on their behalf. The last thing, and one of the biggest things, frankly, and the one that a lot of our customers overlook, or a lot of our competitors overlook, is website traffic. So you've got leads, you've got branding, website traffic is next. We're going to include two different links in most posts. They're going to link out directly to a finance app, in this case, and then the other one is going to go right out to either an SRP or a VDP on the dealer site. So it's going to go right out, in this case, to the VDP. It is tagged with UTM codes, and by that I mean up here at the top, you'll see all this UTM sourcing. You'll see Autosweet, Sweet Classifieds, and Craigslist. What that means is that when that website traffic comes to the dealer's site, when they use that link and they've clicked out here to the VDP, the dealer's going to know with Google Analytics where they